The team moved cautiously through the mothership, their senses on high alert. Every corridor seemed alive, pulsating with an eerie blue light that illuminated the alien symbols etched into the walls. The air was heavy, filled with a faint hum that resonated deep in their chests. Their objective was clear: plant the disruptor device near the energy core, a location critical to the mothership's operations. But the alien ship was a labyrinth of twisting passages and hidden dangers. Strange, fluid-like walls shifted subtly, as though the vessel was aware of their presence. Dr. Elena Markov studied a holographic map of the ship, deciphering its alien architecture. The map had been reconstructed from data recovered from fallen drones, but it was incomplete. The team knew that every step brought them closer to detection. Suddenly, a distant clicking noise echoed through the corridor. The team froze, their weapons at the ready. The sound grew louder, rhythmic and deliberate. It wasn't just the ship that was alive. Something was hunting them. They pressed forward, each step heavier than the last, knowing that discovery would mean certain death. The clock was ticking, and failure was not an option. As the team turned a corner, they encountered their first obstacle. A squad of Arcturian guards, their towering forms shimmering with an energy shield, blocked the path. The aliens communicated in guttural clicks and hisses, their movements synchronized like a hive mind. Captain Rhea signaled for silence, motioning for the team to take cover. Using a stolen alien device, she activated a temporary cloaking field, masking their presence. The guards scanned the area, their glowing eyes piercing through the darkness. Dr. Markov whispered urgently, "The cloaking field won't last long. We need a distraction." Private Diaz, the youngest member of the team, volunteered. Clutching an EMP grenade, he crept forward, careful to avoid detection. With a swift motion, he lobbed the grenade toward the guards. The device detonated, releasing a pulse that disrupted the aliens' shields and temporarily blinded them. The team seized the opportunity, unleashing a barrage of firepower. The aliens fought back with brutal precision, their plasma weapons scorching the walls. After a fierce battle, the team managed to neutralize the guards, but not without cost. Private Diaz sustained a grave injury, his armor scorched from a plasma strike. As they tended to his wounds, the reality of their mission hit hard. This wasn't just a battle, it was a fight for survival against an enemy far more advanced and relentless. After hours of navigating the twisting corridors, the team finally reached the perimeter of the energy core. The chamber was massive, a cavernous space filled with glowing conduits and pulsating energy beams. At its center stood the core itself, a towering structure of alien design, radiating with an intense light. But the core was heavily guarded. Dozens of Arcturian soldiers patrolled the area, their weapons trained on every possible entry point. Automated turrets scanned the chamber, ready to fire at any intruder. Captain Rhea surveyed the scene, her mind racing. "We'll need to create a diversion big enough to draw them away from the core," she said. The team devised a risky plan. Sergeant Malik, a demolition expert, would plant charges along the far end of the chamber to create a massive explosion. While the guards investigated, the rest of the team would make their move toward the core. The plan was dangerous, but it was their only chance. As Malik crept toward his target, the rest of the team prepared for the final push. The tension was suffocating. One misstep could alert the guards and doom the mission. The explosion rocked the chamber, sending shockwaves through the mothership. As the guards scrambled to contain the damage, the team moved swiftly toward the core. They had only minutes before reinforcements arrived. Dr. Markov carried the disruptor device, its crystalline core glowing faintly. The device was fragile, and any damage could render it useless. As the team approached the core, they encountered a final obstacle, a massive, mechanical sentinel. The sentinel was unlike anything they had faced before. Towering over them, it moved with unnerving speed, its limbs bristling with weapons. The team split up, drawing its fire while Dr. Markov worked to connect the disruptor to the core. Sweat dripped from her brow as she deciphered the alien interface. The sentinel's attacks grew more ferocious, and the team struggled to hold their ground. Just as the sentinel prepared to unleash a devastating strike, Dr. Markov shouted, "It's done." The disruptor activated, its energy rippling through the core. The sentinel froze, its systems overwhelmed by the pulse. The team had succeeded, but their victory was short-lived. The core began to destabilize, and the entire chamber shook violently. It was time to escape. The team sprinted through the corridors, the ship shaking around them. The disruptor's pulse had triggered a chain reaction, and the mothership was beginning to collapse. Explosions erupted in every direction, sending debris raining down. Private Diaz, despite his injuries, pushed forward, refusing to be left behind. Captain Rhea led the way, her determination unshaken. The team reached their craft and scrambled aboard, just as a massive explosion tore through the chamber behind them. As they launched into space, they looked back at the mothership. The massive vessel was breaking apart, its glowing core flickering like a dying star. For a moment, it seemed as though the Arcturians had been defeated. But as the team celebrated their narrow escape, an ominous sight appeared on the horizon. More Arcturian ships descended from the void, their dark forms blotting out the stars. The battle was far from over. On Earth, the Resistance rejoiced at the destruction of the mothership, but their joy was tempered by the looming threat. Humanity had struck a significant blow, but the cost was high, and the fight for survival was just beginning.